let's go ahead and get this game started because I'm tired of not seeing games. We're going to have ESC Goody from Germany and Root CatZ from Peru. Peru living in Florida. Florida, actually, as they say.
Florida.
Now, Root CatZ is the Zerg player. ESC Goody is the Terran player. Actually, he's the tank player. I'm going to go ahead and call him the tank player from this point forward until that joke becomes unfunny. And it's funny at this point. I'm decreeing it that way. The map is Taldaram Altar. This is a best of 3. This is the North American Star League and Division number 4, week number 1. I am really excited to see how Root CatZ handles those tanks. Worth noting, perhaps, this is either going to make me look really smart or random. Infestors win fungal growthing. Nope. When they cast fungal growth on tanks, freeze them in whatever mode they're in. Yeah. And usually if they're unsieged, they'll actually remain unsieged. So the reason that's worth noting is because, again, if you can catch them in transit out of that position, then that's going to do wonders against that army if you can engage at that time.
Yeah, the best part about Infestors is that they do slow down tank-heavy compositions. Although tanks can outrange them, still you need to have that leapfrog of a progression with your tanks to be able to go and attack. And with cross positions we have here, it's going to be very hard for a very tank-centric army to be able to traverse the longest distance of the map.
Yeah, it's a big map. Tanks don't move particularly fast, but also they take time to siege up. So if you're able to kind of harry them in the middle of the map and keep them in siege mode and out of siege mode, etc., then you're able to delay their progress. I mean, one fantastic Protoss player did that only a couple days ago on Crossfire. His name, something that rhymes with Little Troll, Incontrol. It was Incontrol. He did a great job.
I think so.
Good friend of mine. He actually, some people enjoyed a video of him sitting next to me. He's a good guy, though. But CatZ is going to go ahead and go with the hatch first. We can see that because his resources are numbering up towards 300. Very much so, again, a safe opening on a map like this. It's so big that even if there was some kind of cheese from Goody, typically it's not going to be visited by too much of a degree of success just because of how big the map is. And Goody is going for that kind of partial barracks block at this mini choke area, I suppose we can call it. There is no ramp there, so it's not quite as powerful in denying information. Then immediately a tech lab goes down. Probably for a Reaper? Scouting Reaper, would you say?
Yeah, I would say Scouting Reaper. It's the fastest unit that you can have in this beginning phase. Most of all, something about Goody, it is cross-position. He doesn't know yet, but he's already starting up to get to this tech level. I'm not sure if he's going to get the factory just yet, but he definitely needs to get the 3rd and 4th gas up to start massing a huge number of techs. But we're going to see how he is able to progress. That's very important to be able to situate his 2nd and 3rd base as he moves forward for his style.
Yeah, I gotta believe it's a fast expansion. Actually, a 2nd Reaper coming out, kind of cool. Haven't seen that in a while. Probably both scouting. This is not going to grow into some kind of Reaper opening, like a heavy Reaper opening of the days of old. It used to be in the beta, for those of you, oh my god, a 3rd Reaper's being made, so I might actually have to eat my words here, but it used to be you could upgrade the speed for these Reapers, the Nitro packs, just off the barracks tech, so a lot of people would open up Reaper, and that was how TBZ used to go. It used to be really difficult for Zerg, dare I say imbalanced. Some people certainly believe so. It was patched out. Now, CatZ does have the gas constructed. He has started to mine gas on some level. Where is he getting this gas from? No, he has not. He actually stopped. He stopped at 16. Interestingly enough, but we do have Reapers entering the field now, and against those slow lanes and just drones, they do a lot of damage. CatZ is aware of this. He's got to be careful. In fact, he's just eluding the Reaper for now. One lane does stray away from the wagons and does fall victim to the double pistols of the Reaper, but the Queen will protect them. Now, ooh, look at this. A bunker was being thought of being constructed, but then backed away. It is probably too late in the stages. If you flip back to the production tab of the Terran, Command Center's going down, but still Reapers coming out.
And pretty good Reaper, actually. He's going to come around here. Not sure what he's doing with this Reaper, but multiple sides, and this Queen is able to give him a good foundation to defend.
Yeah.
However, the Reapers are very elusive, so it's going to be hard to keep up. We do see a Roach Worm going down for CatZ. So CatZ might be looking to get this tech, this 1.5 tier tech, to be able to parry the Reapers accurately. Ooh, Reaper comes up from behind, now going to be able to see this Roach Worm. And probably is going to be able to, push all these drones off the line.
Almost surrounded. he just has to be careful. I mean, he's getting fantastic information with these Reapers. Neither of them have fell, to the best of my recollection. And all the while, he's just back at home expanding and kind of playing up normal. If you look, he's got a factory down. Starport is going down, a couple Hellions. Not quite sure if this is more of like a defensive Hellion opening or perhaps those are going to be dropped. I'm not quite sure. Probably just defensive. But with that second command center, he's actually doing a fantastic job of just going ahead and producing more SCVs off it, getting a little bit more energy for his mules, and now just trying to tear down those rocks next to that that barracks to open up that gap just a little bit further.
Yeah, but we can see CatZ has done a really good job. 33 drones coming out for him, and now putting down his second, third, and fourth gas. So he's looking to tech very harshly. I'm not sure. I would assume Muta's air control is a really strong power on this map, as it gives you the ability to be aggressive, and because the positions are so far away, it makes it very hard to counterattack off of any timings.
Yeah. Yeah, and in a big map like this, Mutas are king. You know, they can move so fast, they can get across the map and do harass, but also defend bases and mains exceptionally well. So it's almost predictable how good Mutas are on this map, and I gotta believe that Goody is playing to that effect. Despite the Roach opening, it was probably just a defensive opening in case there was more Hellions or Reapers to come. The lair does complete, so we'll go ahead and see, is that indeed going to be the case? I imagine so. And it's actually a pretty fast Spire. Most of the ZVTs you see, Zerg players, actually, it will not be a Spire. It's actually Roach speed going down right now, and an infestation pit. So I'm actually going to stop talking about how good Mutas are, because CatZ couldn't care less. Now he is moving to that left side of the map to tear down the rocks and presumably take his third there.
And look at this, a little bit of push coming out from Goody. He does have the medevac, so he can shuttle units across. All these units can fit. Ooh. Yes, he's going to be putting 2 Marines and 3 of these Hellions in here. Roaches are going to try to... They're a little bit late, though. They're going to come into position, be able to fend off this... Ooh, the Queen is being targeted right now.
She pulls
but Roaches
back.
move that over very nicely.
Actually, and this is really dangerous for Goody. I mean, all his units that he's producing right now are fantastic against light units. Marines, Reapers, Hellions, but they are really bad against armored units, and these Roaches are about to enjoy a speed upgrade, so if CatZ should choose to kind of push across this map, it could be trouble for Goody, because if you look at his army, it's just a few Marines and a couple Hellions, and now a tank. And it looks like CatZ might poke here, but I can't believe this is a full commitment.
Yeah, not at all. We can see that the Hellion... Oh, he's going to be able to pick off some mules. Very nice pick off.
Really nice. And a couple SCVs.
One SCV.
All right.
But we can see a Viking is moved over here. Goody. I don't know if this Viking is by mistake or not. Maybe a bad rally. But this Viking's just chilling out over here. Not sure what it's doing just yet. See, CatZ wants to break down this destructive rocks. Again, he needs to get to that 3 base. The 3 base is very powerful. But Infestor plays tough. I mean, to get Infestors, you need a lot of creep around the map. Infestors don't move too fast. So you need that creep to be able to scale. It might be a little bit hard.
3 Infestors, and they already have their energy upgrades. They're actually going to all spawn with the ability to cast a fungal growth immediately. And I really, really like that play. Here's the last thing that I want. I want to see Burrow get upgraded, and I've seen CatZ do this, and in fact, he popularized it to a certain degree. Burrowed Infestor Harass, moving up to mineral lines, dropping Infested Terrans, or even just fungal growthing the entire mineral line. These are the things of Terran nightmares. I'm sure Goody goes to sleep with his Panzer helmet on and wishes that no Infestors will ever be thought of again. But that will not be the case, because CatZ is employing them right away. His third does go down. Goody sitting at 4 factories. Goody, I hope you never change. He loves them. He loves tanks, man, and why not? Tanks are pretty awesome.
He is going to be doing this mech style of play. We can see that no upgrades for the infantry went down. So the infantry really just gets him his expansions, and then he moves on to get his tech. Now, Overseer is going to be able to come in here and see what's going on.
Boom.
The Thor comes out. He knows exactly what his army composition is. So CatZ going to be able to play very eloquently, and we probably will see a neural parasite coming out from him. That being research is extremely important in dealing with any form of mass Thors.
Just such good information. You could not go over a more important area of Goody's base. There's 4 factories off of 2 bays. It's no question about it. It is going to be mech play. And we did have some Blue Flame Hellions in the middle of the map, and it looks like they're going to be playing keep away from these Roaches that are giving pursuit. But of course, Roaches just have their little clawed legs, whereas
Oh, I like this.
Well, the Hellions are
Another-
race cars,
another
according
base.
to some. What's that?
Another base coming up from CatZ at 12
Yeah.
o'clock position. Really important. Now, keep in mind, going mech is very strong with your army, but your mobility is limited. And because of that, CatZ understands that the push is going to come out a little bit later. Even if he pushes out, I have a lot of production cycles to see that and be able to make additional units.
Yeah.
So CatZ is going to say, okay, I'm going to go and expand because your army is just not mobile enough to have any of these timings to which I cannot react to.
I love how active CatZ is in the middle of the map, despite the Blue Flame Hellion harass that's going on right now. He is moving in and making sure that his roaches do not allow those Hellions to maintain control of the towers. Again, that Overseer just getting another look at the base.
I love this. And he's the command center.
Yep, and he's massing up mutas to a certain degree. I guess massing is the wrong word. He made like 4 of them and then stopped. So I'll go ahead and look the other way right now. But a lot of roaches coming out. He does have that Neural Parasite as well as the range attack upgrade, which would bring his roaches to 1-1 because the armor upgrade is complete. So that is the path we're looking at from CatZ. Meanwhile, Goody is making that third command center. It has completed now, and the third base spot on that right side natural is slotted for liftoff.
And Goody just going to be, again, taking all of his expansions, playing very safely. We don't see him getting it extra fast. He's just saying, okay, I'm going to play defensive this whole time. We can see he's approaching this 200-200. Actually, looks like he wants to do 2 base pressure. And meanwhile, these Zerglings are going to stop everything that's going on.
Like streakers in a ball game, man. You can't continue until we're gone. They're just going to sit there. Now, that's actually so good because I think Goody's distracted. He has no idea. He's pushing out in the middle. We do have 3 Thors, a handful of tanks there. 1 range attack upgrade for the tanks. I guess we don't need to call it range. It's probably just the attack upgrade.
Yeah.
And CatZ move around the middle. A handful of Lings, some Roaches,
like
about 4 Infestors, and they have almost full energy. So it's really important that Goody is in position. He might not get in it, though. The tanks are not siege, but...
no.
CatZ!
Infestors!
CatZ, you gotta pay attention, buddy! No!
Oh, he's gonna take some tanks instead of getting fungal growth.
But he doesn't have the units to back it up. They go down almost immediately. And I gotta say, CatZ is mishandling this terribly.
Yeah, I don't like that play. Now, CatZ is going to swing in to this side, going to try to deny this expansion. Keep in mind that his roaches are much more mobile.
Yeah, they
come in here. I think he's going to be able to take off one of these Thors. No, he's going to just back up. Oh, man, what a crucial hit to CatZ's army. He has to reproduce everything right now. And if we go to the units lost tab, it's actually kind of close. Only a 1,200 difference.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to buy time. He's got the Greater Spire constructed at this point in time. He's making 6 Infestors. So everything about his production screams, I need more time right now. Yeah. But, man, losing those Infestors with all that energy hurts so bad. And it's going to be a question of, can CatZ buy himself enough time? He's got all the money in the world, but he needs these tanks to slow down, because if he doesn't have Greater Spire up for those Broodlords, he's going to be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, we can see he's just trying his best. But Goody going to try, actually claims his position very easily, and now is going to be able to shell out on this natural.
Counter.
And a counterattack coming in from CatZ. That's the only thing he can do. Orbital Command Center, actually, for Goody over here.
I really like this choice, because here's the thing. If he gets Broodlords out, these 4 Thors, they don't do crap against Broodlords,
Can't do anything.
And if CatZ can trade bases, he could get up an army composition that Goody simply doesn't have an answer for. So here we go. Goody's going to push in, but CatZ has to get Broodlords constructed. He has none initiated, and Goody is here. The time is now. And I got to say, CatZ has to get on his horse. There's actually a very vulnerable natural, but it's wildly getting out of hand over there. And meanwhile, at the big fight, oh my gosh, a couple of Neural Parasites go down on those tanks, and the tanks are cleaning up! But they lose the Neural Parasite and are now rejoining the fight.
Yeah, we can see trying to deny this third over here. Very important that he does that. Going to equalize the economy. Meanwhile, Roaches, go the wrong way, and they're going to go past a lot of tank fire. Goody is going to come up really nicely. These 4 Thors are going to be able to deny this expansion with the accompanying siege tanks.
Yeah.
And I don't see CatZ have any response to this mass tech. We can see finally Broodlord coming out. But the damage has already been done. He's losing 2 of his bases, and they're very critical bases as well.
Yeah, he lost his 2 healthy bases. This third, like you said, is only at half saturation, and it will fall. I mean, if there is a glimmer of hope, it is that, again, Goody is kind of out of position to deal with those Broodlords, but with Thors, well, actually, no more Thors are being constructed. He is going to swap the starport with the reactor, so momentarily we will be seeing a lot of Vikings, and CatZ has to capitalize. We do see him rebuilding his natural, and it looks like he's actually taking the high yield and that 12 o'clock base at the same time, and he's got the money for you, sitting at 1,500 minerals.
Yeah, but the gas is his big problem right now. We can see that he has a line of drones that are coming out here. The Greater Spire actually has no creep
Thor
under
gets
it.
caught in the middle of the map. It's kind of silly.
Very, very careful. And I'm not sure. I mean, CatZ, he doesn't have a lot of mobile units, and to deal with this army, you need the mobility to, again, threaten that counterattack. But now that Goody has everything situated down, I think Goody's looking in a really nice position. He is,
but because of these mules, he's actually cleaning up that third in record time. Now, he's mined out of his natural and his main, and his third's not looking too great either. So Goody, with this mech-style army, is facing a situation where he's going to have a tough time taking a fourth just because of the raw mobility of the Zerg players. So we do have that fourth command center going down at the natural area of the Terran base. And the other problem here, too, and this is really interesting, because he's having a tough time getting his own economy going and... Okay, a little bit of blue flame Hellion Arrest at the top. That's pretty unimportant, I would say. No drones there.
Ooh,
he's not going to be able to handle.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Big fungal growth, too. Yeah, come on, guys. I'm trying to talk about this awesome stuff in the game, and you guys keep having action. But I don't know that Goody can have an answer for all the aggression going on this map.
And we can see that Goody is denying, or actually removing these destructible rocks, might be going and taking gold expansion. He is sitting pretty nice in terms of gas. He still has all 6 of his gas remaining. One of his gas is going to be mining out momentarily, and the other one after that pretty soon. It's only left with 500. But CatZ, I mean, he has remassed a pretty big army, and it's going to be, again, as you said before, the fourth is going to be the hardest, and also getting the gas expansion fourth is going to be hardest because it opens up so many different places for CatZ to counterattack all around the map. I don't know how this mech army is going to scale well enough. He's
going to be up to 5 Broodlords, and the anti-air force of Goody is sitting at 3 Thors and 4 Vikings right now. Now, of course, he's going to produce more Vikings. We have 2 more in queue, as well as perhaps a few more Thors. But the big thing here is Infestors shut down Vikings and Thors equally fairly well.
And he has Corruptors out, too. Don't forget about that.
You're right.
Corruptors, Broodlords, Infestors. So it kind of sounds like a very familiar,
that's the strongest army in the whole world.
Kind of familiar composition, I do recall, sir.
But CatZ has to execute this. If he loses the girth of this army, he'll be in trouble. A little bit of Blue Flame harass, at the top of the map. The kills are, well, okay, 1 Hellion had 4, so pretty good. And look at this. CatZ, his signature move, bringing Queens with the fight. They can do some good transfusions on those Broodlords, prolong the life of them. And I love that play. I think that's so underused and so tremendously awesome. But we do have 5 Infestors, and here we go. CatZ pushing forward with a fearsome army. Goody has got to be wondering, where the hell did you get all that stuff?
Yeah, CatZ actually surprising in being able to mass this so much. And the tanks are they're actually hurting him as the Vikings can do a lot of damage. Now Infestor's going to be coming. Huge fungal growth.
And another fungal growth goes down in all these Vikings. Now, here's a mistake that CatZ made. He left his Broodlords in range, though. A couple of Neuroparasites go down. One of the Thors has been taken over, and it's just unleashing hell on the Terran army, but he doesn't have enough support units to make sure that those Neuroparasites stay up. Actually, okay, 1 is still there, and CatZ is surging forward, but it looks like his army is melting under the pressure of this mech play.
Yeah, but we can see Goody doesn't have a ton of units left. We're going to see if CatZ is able to remass the required number of units to be able to deal with this huge, well, actually 6 tanks and only 2 Thors. So it doesn't have too much.
Oh my gosh.
Really nice play.
The Infested Terrans pop out, and they're going to oh my goodness, they have a whole can of kick-ass on their pockets. And that mech army is gone.
Oh, that is a huge pick-off. Goody now on the back
Goody's dead.
He doesn't have any gas units.
He's dead, man.
He doesn't have a lot of gas.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how he can do anything.
Well, okay, now CatZ is kind of donating a few Infested to the cause. A couple of Infested Terrans do go down behind the minerals of that base. It's still not even a planetary fortress or an orbital command.
Yeah.
Bit of a miscue there. But it looks like Goody is being pressed into his 1 base. Meanwhile, CatZ taking another base. And if you look at the minimap, this creep is just a highway of Zerg units.
I mean, the biggest thing is that
Wow.
Terran needs a lot of units for mech to be effective. They're not good at little attacks here and there. The only things that they can do, and Broodlords actually come here, but the only thing they can do,
That's
good
it.
game.
Well played, CatZ.
Definitely. The only thing
Well
they can do
played.
is hit Blue Flame Hellions, and Blue Flame Hellions can be shut down very easily with the
Everything.
Roach. Yeah,
Everything but lings and drones.
Exactly. Roaches, Infestors, so it's not that great. You need that huge gas count, and Goody was not able to get there. That was a huge turn of events. I thought for sure Goody had the advantage in that match, but again, it's very hard for him to claim a 4th base.
Yeah, I was just really impressed with CatZ play. He did make one big mistake. I think that fight with the Infestors and the units going up against, I mean, at that early stage, it was really problematic. Because the Infestors did like 0 damage. So CatZ kind of rallied behind himself, though, and made amends for that mistake. The Infestor play from that point forward was expert level, and Goody. I mean, what a fun game, because actually I kept being like, well, Goody's dead. The counterattack should do really good. No, tanks are amazing, man. Tanks do good damage. And I love his stagger play. Like, he does not move all the tanks. We siege here, and then we siege here. He crawls them forward, leapfrogs them forward. So even if you fight and win the first 3 tanks, there's like 6 behind it dealing damage the whole time.
But then CatZ did a beautiful transition, went and got Broodlords. Now the Broodlords help so much.
Yes.
Now you might think, oh, you just get Vikings, but the Vikings is opportunity cost. That's 75 gas for each Viking, and if you get 2 Vikings, that's a siege tank. You know, that's almost 1 Thor.
And they're pretty fragile. I mean, if they get a fungal growth or a corruptor goes toe-to-toe with them, they go down pretty quick. A lot of people complain about the tremendous range and how much damage they do, but they make up for it in how fragile they are, I think.
I completely agree. CatZ showcasing a pretty nice Zerg versus Terran, able to take out Goody. It was cross positions. Now we're going to be moving into Metalopolis in a little bit, so it's going to be a bit shorter. CatZ isn't going to have the ability to, really enjoy that long distance of push. We're going to see if Goody can be able to come back in this 0-1 deficit momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be game number 2 of ESC Goody versus Root CatZ. The map is Metalopolis. Again, a reminder, it is, it's not MLG Metalopolis, I guess. Misworded that a little bit, but close positions are possible. So let's go ahead and see if that happens. Make sure the players are still good. With the go-go, Goody, CatZ, we're all
ready.
clear.
CatZ is up 1-0, going into Metalopolis. And I'm really excited for this match. I really liked the last game. However, Goody is going to have a much shorter push distance. And depending on where they spawn, it's going to definitely change how this game progresses.
Yeah, I mean, the other end of this, too, is that Metalopolis has been here since the dawn of StarCraft 2, and people have played most of their games on this map, and I would say, like, Lost Temple. And right off the bat, we can kind of see, dun-dun-dun, we have the Terran player, the purple, ESC Goody, dropping at the 12 o'clock position, and in close positions we have the yellow Zerg, Root CatZ. So we actually haven't seen this just yet. I do not believe we've had close positions in the NASL.
No.
And this will be interesting to see how it pans out. CatZ, again, if there's anybody that can carve out a victory from here, I think it's Root CatZ. He plays so unorthodox, and he's so creative, so smart, I feel like he'll have an answer for it.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a little bit more aggressive. Now, Infestor play is going to come a bit later, and because the push can come sooner for ESC Goody, he might not have the time to get those Infestors out to be able to deal with the Terran army. But we're going to see how CatZ progresses on. I'm really interested to see, as he is one of the more creative players. He is the one to innovate and to really push Zerg to its limits.
Now, Root CatZ is the leader and one of the founders of Root Gaming. You guys can check them out at root-gaming.com. Fantastic team with Kiwi Khaki, Minigun, and some other just really good players. Drewby, they're almost at every MLG, so a real easy team to get behind and support. CatZ up 1-0 in this week number 1 NASL. A big match. Again, we kind of stress this. It is just week number 1, so if there's a forfeit or a walkover, which we'll talk about later and have talked about in the past, is it bad to lose in that week number 1? Yes, of course it is. You want to win every single match if you can, obviously. With a huge cash prize in an offline event like this, you really, really want to get there. But if there is a place to make a mistake, it is in this week number 1. So ESE Goody, if he does fall here, will not be out of the tournament. He can obviously rally back.
Immediately finds out where Goody. Marines show up in this barracks. They're going to be heading on down.
Another SCV. Very opportunistic. That's usually the beginnings of some kind of, if not, I mean, this is the strength of these close positions. He doesn't actually have to commit to this. He can just kind of apply light pressure. But CatZ, staring down the constructed bunker, is going to go ahead and grab 3 drones and dislodge that SCV. Now going after the Marine itself. Goody has to be careful here. He doesn't want to lose this Marine for free. It's taking a lot of damage, actually. And no drones go down. It escapes with 1 health. Okay, 1 drone does go down, but again, look at this drone control. Fantastic control. Another SCV is about to die. CatZ, you got to adjust. CatZ,
the bunker. Oh, the SCV goes to the...
Oh,
no.
It does complete. And this is really dangerous. If a Marine gets inside there, it's going to be trouble. But the Marine's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Goody doing some really nice micro. Going to be able to shell out a lot of damage on these drones.
Roach Horn being completed, actually. I like that choice.
I like this, too.
He does not have to freak out about that bunker. It's not going to do so much damage so quick. And actually, a factory is going down for Goody. So if he opts for Hellions after this, the Roaches could even end the game.
Completely agree. We can see that Goody, though, I do think he's in an advantageous position. He is at 15 Harvesters to CatZ's 13. Keep in mind, he does have the mule mechanics. So that's going to give him the extra kind of oomph he needs. And I like that. Just denying that
extra what?
That bunker, the oomph.
Oh, well done.
Oomph.
Well said. Here's that danger, though. I mean, CatZ actually... Okay, if you check the vision of Goody for me real quick... You are the cameraman because I am a jittery man. He does not see the Roach Horn. And in these close positions, look at these Roaches making their way across here. These Hellions are terrible against it. Greetorp, and he only has Marines out here. No bunker. Okay, and the Hellion does see the Roaches. Goody right now is really panicking. He has to be.
Bunker goes down immediately, but I think it's a little too close. He should make it 1 hex over. You can see he has wall up. Roaches going to the wrong position, but now going to go up the ramp. Sees that everything is unprepared. Now, the Marines do outrange the Roaches by 1, so he can do some good micro. However, one of the Marines do go down.
Good focus
Second Marine goes down. And Roaches just stream into Goody's base. And a Banshee just started being making. This is not looking good.
No, this depot's down. This is really bad. They're going to get in here. There's now only 2 Marines and a single Hellion. Oh my gosh, and the Marine gets sniped before it gets in the bunker. That was huge. And the next Marine, if it gets sniped, that bunker will be completely useless. And it does go down, and now the Hellion looking to die as well. The Banshee tech has been scouted, and SCVs are dying right and left. This could be it. Goody cannot control these.
Oh, this is not bad.
My gosh, there's a GG, and CatZ takes it 2-0 in quick fashion. CatZ, give us a chance to commentate. What is the deal?
I mean, that really...
What is the deal with that guy?
I think it's just... I mean, Goody's build was just not compatible with those individual spawning locations. You cannot be, not defending against Roaches. Roaches are so fast in getting to your base. You need to be plopping down that bunker early or getting some sort of siege tank timing out ASAP. But just disregarding Roach Tech altogether is a very, very dangerous situation.
Yeah, and I want to point out a couple things real quick because, honestly, CatZ wins the series 2-0, but I would like to draw everyone's attention to In Control winning 2-0 in the series as well. I actually pointed out Infestor's Game 1. Roaches being scary in Game 2.
You're pretty smart. Pretty smart user.
I think it's me. I think it was more me than anything else. If you think about it, it was me. But joking aside, Root CatZ, fantastic job. 2-0 over ESE Goody. Goody just got done washing his hands of the blood and guts of Nesty from friggin' Korea, man. One of the best Zergs in all the planet, if not the best Zerg in Korea, in the world, actually. And CatZ made him look silly in that game number 2. And it came down to those close positions again. We said, okay, listen, if there's a Zerg that can make this a benefit to him, it is CatZ. And he did a fantastic job seeing the bunker go down, knowing he cannot waste any more drones. He cannot throw lings at that bunker, otherwise he will lose. Going for the snap call of roaches and then capitalizing on the roaches. And actually, the untold story, and I apologize for not drawing more attention to this, he made about 6 roaches, or 7 or 8 or something like that, but he was not all in with it. He was actually making drones behind that. Yeah. And what that means is that even if those roaches get held off, he's going to have the economy behind that to build the extra 2 or 3 queens, to have the detection, or to be able to basically handle anything that Goody does. So he just got outplayed. So fantastic job by Root CatZ. Congrats to him. Now we're going to go into a quick little break between these games so that we can make sure that